This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
Welcome back to Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Let's talk cybersecurity. It has become clear hackers can bring your business to a screeching halt in a millisecond. Nobody knows that better than Roosevelt Smith, who helps us keep things safe and secure here at Wish TV's Chief Technology Officer for Circulus Digital Media. Thanks for spending time with us away from your task again of all the digital safety that we have. As you think about people starting a business, entrepreneurs, what do you want them to know about the state of your art?
I think it's most common that as an entrepreneur, you get into the fact of wanting to grow your business as quickly as possible, but you often forget those pitfalls and how individuals that are out there to take advantage of you, you want to be careful of those things. So it's just helpful to put your arms around your entire business from a cybersecurity standpoint.
If you were to walk somebody through that process, first getting them to understand just how clear and present this danger is, what would you first want them to look out for? Is it data? Is it their devices? Kind of a combination of everything?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the first thing is just phishing emails. I mean, that's one of the most vulnerable attacks that a lot of hackers use. And then also just watching out for a lot of things that want to take your money. Business loans, there's a lot of spam out there and phishing out there for that as well. Hey, we'll give you $10,000 to sign up to get started. So you just want to make sure you you build a really good verification process and take those necessary steps and don't deviate from that.
Is it a fair statement to say the things that we do in our personal lives to keep us safe might be applicable on the business side as well? For instance, I've become finally over the years accustomed to, if I didn't initiate the contact, cut it off and then reach out, and if they actually exist and that's a real person, then that might be a relationship worth pursuing. Is that true for business as well?
Absolutely, yes. You always want to do your research and try to verify as much information on that particular company or individual as possible.
Social media is something, again, on the personal side, we use a lot. You say there's some vulnerabilities built in on the business side.
Absolutely. Large social networks like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, etc., those things are just, teeming with spam and phishing experts. So you want to be, aware of fake profiles and spamming attacks and you don't want to open up everything either. Someone sends you a friend request and say they're a part of a business opportunity, do your research. Look them up on LinkedIn, look them up on other verified sources before you engage into that conversation.
Particularly for first-time business owners, there is probably an instinct to say, I want to do this perfectly. Yeah. You think it's important for folks to understand, inevitably, digitally, you will, and your phrase is, bump your head.
That's correct. You're going to have pitfalls. You're going to crash and burn, and it's an unfortunate statement to make, but it's a learning curve. You have to learn how to avoid these types of things. And like I said, I just go back to the process. Build in your process for verification, do your homework, do your research, and you'll be successful.
Data is so important. When we talk about data, that could mean a number of things.
Correct.
But when it comes to the customer relationship, their data is as important, maybe more so than your own data.
Absolutely. When you're dealing with consumer data, especially on the programmatic side or on the financial side of things, there are a lot of laws that come into play, both on a state and federal level. So it's really important that you, once again, do your homework, do your research. Cybersecurity Council of Indiana is a great resource to use to understand how to not only store customer information, but also make sure that everything is behind lock and key. If you're dealing with any credit card information or anything of that nature, you want to make sure you hand that off to the credit card provider so that you mitigate your risk for any sort of attack.
Is there a relationship that you want to develop with your customers so that if they were to say, hey, how do I know that this is going to stay safe? You'll have those answers ready.
That's correct, yes. So it goes back to that whole trust to verify process, understanding how to, initially set the tone with your customers and have them make sure that they're at a comfort level where they're willing to share their data with you.
On the other side of all of this all sounds very intimidating if it's not part of the world that we're in right now.
Correct.
It's your world all the time, but should it scare someone away from small business, or do you think this is manageable?
Oh, absolutely. You can manage this, in one night's sleep, as I like to say it. Do your research, look into finding a mentor and just enjoy business. Cybersecurity is just something that's often behind the scenes, but very important, but it is manageable.
Roosevelt Smith, thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you.
If you would like more information, you can always go to beoshow.com.